All right. Having a look at the garlic today. Guess it's been a minute since I made a video. I'll take a look at everything. It's our early Jersey Wakefield. They're getting bigger. Looks like they're gonna be fine. Still early for us. Spinach is starting to make some tiny little leaves. So funny, they look like what do you call it, monocots. When they come up, they look like little grasses because they got long skinny leaves. You know, these leaves come up first and they just don't look anything like spinach. The saved seed radish is doing okay. Hi Freya. Freya's here with me. Something's still chewing on the lettuce, but it's doing all right. It's doing great, actually. They look great. But you know, something I wanted to talk about was garlic. So we've grown garlic in this area for a long time. And I kept noticing I was getting these little garlic plants growing up here and there, kind of down a particular road that we had this variety called Inchillum Red. And that's actually what's planted down here. So a funny thing about this, so here's the thing that was weird, is I kept getting these little plants popping up. But normally that's not what garlic does when you just leave it in the ground. So I was thinking, well, maybe I just left a head in the ground and I didn't harvest it. But normally when you do that, Freya, it does this right here, where you just get a bunch of little garlics coming up right out of the same spot because the head is left in there. But I was getting those little ones. And then I was also getting these, which are just regular garlics by themselves, but they're really big. Like I was like, how could I be missing these? So here's what I figured out was happening. Is that these guys in the side of the stem will grow corms. And that's these little guys. They're like tiny little garlics. They grow right out of the side of the plant. They just grow in the side of it. And when it gets to be older and brittle on top, that breaks, and then those disperse, which is a better way to disperse than just via division on the lower parts there, right? Because it's actually on the surface. And then how I figured it out is the corm grows from this. The first year it'll grow that smaller tiny plant, kind of small plants like these the first year, and then they turn into these, which are undivided little garlic plants, right? There's no division in there. That's the first year after it's been in the ground, right? And then it comes up the next year. And what's cool about these is I've taken to just leaving them in the ground, but their roots are already established, and their relationships with the microbial life in the soil is already established, and so they're really kind of ahead in the game. And when they grow into garlics and divide for the final year and turn into whole heads, like these guys, I'm not sure if that's in the frame or not. I have this thing on my head. Anyway, they're just much bigger, but it takes 2 years to grow them from the corm. Just gets planted, and then you go through the season where it's just a small one. It grows into one of these that's undivided, and then the last year it grows into just a full divided head of garlic. But it just is growing like right out of the side of the plant stem. These things will just start growing in there. And so they just kept reseeding itself, and I just kept finding garlic and couldn't figure out what was going on for the longest time. So it took me 3 or 4 years to figure out that that's actually what was going on. And anyway, I thought that was interesting. I got some photos also of just the corms growing out of the side of the stems that I'll throw in here too. All right, anyway, I just thought that was cool. Love me some garlic, and love you all too. Hope you're having a good time growing. And remember, it's a great time to start seeds. It's still spring, and depending on where you live, 3 to 4 weeks for, lettuces and things like that. Tomatoes, probably 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost. So that's coming up for a lot of y'all if it hasn't already gotten to be time. But lettuce you can just keep planting all year, so don't be afraid to just get some started. You're not too late. All right, peace.